Washington was not expecting this. Ottawa was supposed to follow a script. Canada's fighter jet replacement program had been a long, predictable drama. The contenders were familiar. The politics were well understood. The F-35 Lightning II, America's premier stealth fighter, was the assumed frontrunner. It was the jet the Pentagon wanted its closest allies to fly. It was the cornerstone of future NATO air power. Then Sweden made a move that ripped up the script. The offer was audacious. It was direct. It sent a shockwave through the halls of the Pentagon. The Swedish government, through defense giant Saab, offered Canada a deal. Not just a few planes, a full fleet, 88 JAS-39 Gripen E fighters. A formal, comprehensive package to meet every RCAF requirement. The offer included full production rights, technology transfer, a promise of complete Canadian sovereignty over the fleet. Sweden was offering Canada a key to its own advanced aerospace industry, more than a sale, a strategic partnership. The proposal landed in Ottawa like a tectonic shift. The timing could not have been more disruptive. Canada was in the final stages of its evaluation. The F-35 Lightning II, the FA-18 Super Hornet. Those were the finalists, both American-made. Both guaranteed seamless interoperability with U.S. forces. The process was meant to solidify the North American defense relationship for decades. The Swedish offer presented a third path, a path that did not lead directly back to Washington, a path offering greater industrial independence and operational autonomy, forcing Ottawa to ask, deepen reliance on the U.S. or forge a more independent future. The move has put the Pentagon on edge. Washington views the F-35 program as a tool of alliance management. Allies flying the same platform strengthens operational cohesion. It simplifies logistics. It keeps American industry at the center of the global defense market. The Gripen offer challenges that framework. If Canada, a key NORAD partner, chooses a non-American fighter, if Canada, a Five Eyes partner, does the same, it could set a dangerous precedent. Other allies might follow. The strategic assumptions governing Western defense procurement are under intense scrutiny, all because of one bold offer from Stockholm. Sweden's proposal is a masterclass in strategic competition. They are not just selling a fighter jet, they are selling a different philosophy of air power. The JAS-39 Gripen E is the centerpiece of this philosophy. It is a light, single-engine, multi-role fighter designed for a specific purpose, to be effective, affordable, and easy to maintain. Unlike its heavier, more complex American counterparts, the Gripen was engineered for dispersed operations from rugged makeshift airstrips. It can be refueled and rearmed by a small ground crew in minutes, not hours. It is the perfect tool for a country that needs to defend a vast, unforgiving territory on a constrained budget. The offer to Canada is tailored to exploit every perceived weakness in the F-35's bid. Where the F-35 is notoriously expensive to acquire and sustain, the Gripen promises a significantly lower lifecycle cost. Saab has guaranteed a fixed price per flight hour, a feature that appeals directly to budget-conscious officials in Ottawa. Where the F-35's sensitive technology is guarded jealously within a US-controlled network, Sweden is offering full source code access and technology transfer. This would allow Canadian industry to maintain, upgrade, and modify the aircraft independently, a level of sovereignty the F-35 program cannot match. It's a direct appeal to Canadian industrial ambitions. This move is not just about business for Sweden. It is about geopolitics. Historically committed to neutrality, but now moving closer to NATO, Sweden has a vested interest in strengthening its defense industrial base and building strategic partnerships. Selling the Gripen to a G7 nation like Canada would be a monumental victory. It would validate their technology on the world stage and secure the Gripen's production line for years to come. It would also position Sweden as a credible alternative to the US for advanced military hardware, enhancing its own security and influence within the Western alliance structure. The proposal has ignited a fierce debate within Canada's defense community. For some, the Gripen represents a pragmatic, cost-effective solution perfectly suited for patrolling Canada's vast Arctic airspace. It offers a chance to revitalize the country's aerospace sector, which has seen its capabilities decline. For others, breaking from American hardware is an unacceptable risk. They argue that interoperability with the U.S. military through NORAD is non-negotiable, and that only the F-35 can guarantee this seamless partnership. The Swedish offer has forced a national reckoning. The choice is no longer just about which plane to buy. It is about what kind of ally Canada wants to be. The Swedish offer, formally submitted by Saab in partnership with the Swedish government, is both comprehensive and aggressive. It is not merely a sales pitch for an aircraft, it is a proposal for a deep, long-term strategic partnership. The core of the deal is the delivery of 88 brand-new JAS-39 Gripen E fighters, the most advanced version of the jet. This number directly matches Canada's stated requirement, a clear signal that Saab has done its homework. The proposal guarantees a fixed acquisition cost and, more importantly, a fixed cost per flight hour. This clause is designed to eliminate the risk of spiraling sustainment budgets, a major concern that has plagued other advanced fighter programs, and a sensitive point for Canadian taxpayers. Saab says the total life cycle cost will be significantly lower than American competitors. This targets the Canadian government's long-standing concerns about fiscal responsibility. The offer includes training for pilots, training for ground crews, a substantial inventory of spare parts, and all necessary support equipment. This turnkey approach assures the Royal Canadian Air Force of a smooth transition from its aging CF-18 Hornets to a new modern platform without hidden costs or unexpected delays. Beyond the hardware, the offer contains a powerful industrial incentive: full technology transfer. This is perhaps the most audacious part of the proposal. Saab is offering Canada the intellectual property and source codes necessary to maintain, upgrade, and even manufacture the Gripen domestically. That would give Canadian industry an unprecedented level of control and expertise, effectively creating a sovereign fighter jet capability. For years, the Pentagon operated on a core assumption: when it came to advanced fighter jets, key allies would ultimately choose American. This belief grew from a long-established history. F-4, F-15, F-16, F-A-18 formed the backbone of Allied air forces. The F-35 Lightning II was presented as the inevitable successor. Washington treated the Canadian competition as a foregone conclusion. Canada, America's closest neighbor and NORAD partner, was expected to fall in line. The Gripen offer shattered that assumption. The U.S. promoted the F-35 for its fifth-generation edge, stealth, unparalleled sensor fusion. The Pentagon believed those features made rivals irrelevant. Saab shifted the debate from pure capability to a balance of capability, cost, sovereignty. The Swedish offer called out the F-35's astronomical operating costs and its restrictive, U.S.-controlled tech ecosystem. The Gripen E is not a true stealth aircraft, but reduces radar cross-section. More importantly, it's built to be flown frequently and maintained cheaply. The Pentagon is shocked this argument is gaining traction. An F-35 can go where a Gripen cannot, they argue. Saab asks, what good is a stealth fighter that's too expensive to fly and too complex to maintain in sufficient numbers? The shock grows when you add the Gripen's advanced electronic warfare capabilities, creating a cloak of electronic invisibility. A non-stealth fighter holding its own through superior electronic combat is disruptive to the Pentagon, which has bet trillions on low-observable airframes. Canada's journey to replace its aging fleet of CF-18 Hornets has been a long and politically treacherous one. The process has spanned more than a decade, marked by shifting requirements, intense political debate, and public scrutiny over costs. An earlier plan to procure the F-35 was paused and then reset due to explosive reports about escalating lifecycle costs and a perceived lack of transparency. This experience left a deep scar on the political landscape, making any sole source deal politically toxic and elevating cost control to the paramount concern. Canada's unique geography places unique demands on its fighter fleet. The country has the longest coastline in the world. It must patrol the second largest landmass. The region is rising in strategic importance as climate change opens new shipping lanes. Geopolitical competition there is increasing. Saab says the Gripen's design matches these needs. It was engineered for dispersed operations from basic road strips. It was designed for brutal Swedish winter conditions. That concept translates directly to the Canadian North. Proponents argue that makes Gripen better for Arctic sovereignty, especially compared with a more complex, maintenance-heavy FS-35. The FS-35 depends on large, well-equipped bases. Beyond operations, Gripen's industrial benefits are a powerful lure. It promises full technology transfer and a sovereign production line. For decades, Canada has been a junior partner building components for foreign-led projects. Saab's proposal offers a chance to be master of its own destiny. But Canada's aerospace industry is deeply integrated into the FS-35 supply chain. Hundreds of millions in contracts already go to Canadian firms for FS-35 components. Choosing Gripen would abandon that work. It's a classic dilemma: a bird in the hand or two in the bush. Be a valuable piece of a big puzzle, or be the master of a smaller one. The most significant strategic stake for Canada is the future of its partnership with the United States in the North American Aerospace Defense Command, NORAD. The F-35 offers the most straightforward path to ensuring this seamlessness. It does not possess the F-35's unique and highly classified Multifunction Advanced Data Link, MADL, which allows stealth aircraft to share vast amounts of data without being detected. U.S. officials privately worry that a Canadian Gripen fleet would create a two-tiered NORAD, where Canadian fighters might not be able to share the full, high-fidelity operational picture with their American counterparts in a crisis. For Ottawa, this becomes a question of trust. Does it trust that the technical solutions for the Gripen are sufficient, or does it bow to the Pentagon's explicit preference for the F-35? The Swedish proposal landed with a thud in the corridors of power, triggering a cascade of carefully worded statements and intense backroom diplomacy. From Washington came a masterclass in quiet, immense pressure. Publicly, Pentagon spokespeople reiterated confidence in the F-35's capabilities. Privately, messages to Canadian diplomats were far more direct. The message, choosing Gripen would be seen as a step away from the core North American security partnership. A Canadian decision to select the Gripen would hand Sweden a monumental geopolitical victory. EU leaders are torn. The US Congress reacted predictably, hawkish and loud.
Allies have a choice. They can be partners in our most advanced defense programs, or they can be customers for other products. It is difficult to be both.
In the first, Ottawa opts for the Lockheed Martin F-35, the path of least resistance and deepest integration. This choice would reaffirm the primacy of the Canada-US alliance, guarantee seamless NORAD interoperability, a signal to the world that in matters of continental defense, Ottawa and Washington remain indivisible. This path, however, comes at a high cost in treasure and in industrial autonomy. The second scenario is the boldest. Canada chooses the Saab JS-39 Gripen E. This would be a declaration of strategic independence, prioritizing national sovereignty, industrial revitalization. By accepting Sweden's offer of full technology transfer, Ottawa would be making a long-term investment in its aerospace sector. This choice promises a lower, more predictable cost of ownership, but it carries immense diplomatic risk. It would strain the relationship with the Pentagon and signal a more assertive Canadian foreign policy. Ultimately, the most probable outcome remains a difficult last-minute decision in favor of the F-35. Institutional inertia, immense pressure from Washington, and the deeply embedded US-Canada security relationship create a near-inescapable gravitational pull. While the Gripen offer was a brilliant, disruptive gambit, the political cost of breaking with America is likely too high for any Canadian government. Yet Gripen's serious contention has permanently altered the landscape. It has shown allies are hungry for alternatives, and that the American model is not unassailable. Canada will likely buy the F-35, but Sweden's offer forced a necessary overdue debate, reshaping how alliances and defense partnerships will be negotiated for years to come.